And we are currently live. Too late to turn that off and on. We're live. Good evening, everybody. We are live here on the YouTubes. Welcome to Beyond Authentic Health. As you can see just up here in this corner, this is our first proper weekly weigh-in with the brand new ident. So I'm just going to press that, and then this. We're officially the Losers Club here on Beyond Authentic Health.
I know,
Our
right?
Wednesday weigh-ins are now officially the Losers Club. So I am absolutely made up at this. It's short for lifting ourselves. Hang on, what else does it say? Sharing experience and reducing shame. I forgot what it was. That's what Losers stands for, because that is very much what we are all about on this channel. So huge welcome to all of you as you are coming in and joining us. I'm just getting the YouTube up and running. It is an interesting week for us, isn't it, Slimming World wise?
Very
Interesting. Let us know if you can hear us okay. And yay, we are very much live, so I'm very pleased for that. Let me just go into the right details. While I'm doing that, as always, Ruffus, would you like to tell us how your week has gone this week without giving away our weigh-in, obviously?
Hi, I'm Lisa, a practicing liminal witch and tarot reader with over 28 years experience
Who
in
is that?
helping
Who
people
is that?
find
Who is
guidance
that?
through the
It's you.
cards.
Shut up, woman. There we go. Go on then, you tell us.
I'd say it's been a really good week. Enjoyed everything I've had this week. I can't say, like I say, I can't really say a bad thing about this week, really.
Been all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Been all
I
right.
do think, though, like, say, some weeks I go on autopilot, so I don't, sometimes, I say, we've been doing Slimming World for quite a while. I don't really concentrate, I think, as much as I should.
Just becomes automatic.
It
doesn't
does, it does. But like I say, food-wise and that, like I say, I really enjoyed what we've been having. Like I said, especially yesterday, where we had a savoury rice, and
Oh,
then
yeah, we did. I
we
forgot
used
what
the
we had.
savoury rice and put like chicken in it, put some mushrooms, onions, and stuff in it. Really nice. Packed it out, put some extra mixed veggies in it as well, and I didn't realise it would be that filling. And like I say, the one pack of vegetable savoury rice itself, we had one packet each, and that packet was like 1.5 sins, and I thought, oh, that'd be fine because we're having it as a meal, it'd be fine. But then because we don't eat, I think, quite as much rice as we used to, and then realising that maybe our bellies have shrunk,
They have.
that yeah, it was just a lot. So I ended up having half of my dinner at dinner time, and then obviously I saved a little bit for later on in a bowl, because I just couldn't eat it all at the same time, at dinner time.
It was just a lot of food, wasn't it?
It was, but like I say, it did not look like any bigger a bigger portion than what we would normally have. But obviously we don't normally have a plate of rice, so I think that's probably why that happened.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
But other than that, like I say, it was really nice. I really
It was very
enjoyed it.
nice dinner, though, wasn't it?
was.
I must say, I did enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
It was a very delicious dinner.
Especially cooked by me.
It was very nice that it was cooked by you. Yes,
Yeah.
I do enjoy it when you take over the reins in the
I know.
kitchen. It means I don't have to do anything. I can be just a lazy bitch sat there going, oh, thank you very much. I'll have that,
Yeah.
please. Thank you.
I shan't comment about that.
No, best not to, love.
No. I know my place.
Best not to. What do you mean you know your place? I
Don't
know,
mention
right?
it.
You're well behaved or something. Is that what you're trying to say, love?
Yeah.
So then I'm just the chat is doing weird things again. Not you in the chat, the Slimming World chat. So I'm going to have to just reset once again. I do apologise, everybody. This is one of those things I can only do.
It could have
when
been an
we're
egg
live.
fried rice. It could have been, because I put egg on top of it. I didn't put it in it.
I actually, to be honest with you, Karen, I actually was thinking that that you were going to do it as an egg fried rice. To be honest, I thought, oh, when you said you put an egg in it, I was like, oh, that could be nice. Mix an egg through it. But we had the egg on top instead.
Yeah, we just did the eggs in a non-stick pan, so like a fairly new pan. So we're keeping that pan just for the eggs.
Just for eggs.
Put them in there, tiny bit of fry light, put them in, and then the little trick, if you like more like poached eggs and you want to make sure that your yolks are really soft, you just put in a tiny bit of boiled water, a splash, and then put the lid on, and then you just turn it off, turn the gas off, and just leave it just to steam the top, and so the insides are really soft still. So it's very nice.
Absolutely. Right, something very strange is happening here, so I'm going
Something
to...
is always strange is happening, like, because...
I know, but I don't know why this is doing it, so...
What is what?
You just keep talking. I will add in another window capture. Here we go. And we'll call this Slimming World Chat 2. So I will get the chat window up. So then, I guess that does bring us on to the meals that we've had this week on Slimming World. Do you remember what we've actually eaten for most of it?
Yeah, like I say, we've had stir fries and stuff this week, which was really nice.
We have.
Lots of my lovely cooking.
Yeah, you did a bit of cooking this week, didn't you?
I've done quite a bit this week.
I will say we did do the Choosey, which was really tasty, wasn't it?
It was nice.
It was really nice, actually.
I was really
Choosey.
surprised about that, to be fair. Yeah.
Why? I cooked it.
I know, right?
What do you mean? I cooked it, so obviously it was nice.
It was really nice, but then afterwards we realised that maybe, like, so obviously, if you didn't want to make it and put sins in that curry, in that korma, I say, and the only difference I think, apart from, like I say, add mango in it, which obviously you'd have to sin because you're putting it in the actual dinner.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to put the mango in it, I think it would have just been just as nice.
Yeah, I actually agree. I mean, we talked about that yesterday, didn't we? So the Choosey winner last week, in case you weren't aware, I'm back with you now because I've got this working day. So it was the chicken and mango korma. Yeah. And we filmed it. It will be edited. Hopefully be up on the channel either later tonight or tomorrow morning.
We had it for 2 days anyway.
We did. It was
really,
really, really nice. And again, something we wouldn't have picked on our own because of that mango element. Yeah. I wouldn't have picked it for love nor money, to be honest with you.
I do think a little bit of mango in it was very nice. But like I say, if you didn't want to use the sins, then you could make it without, and I think it would have been just as nice.
Yeah. So let's just catch up with who's actually here on the stream. So we've got Karen Fraser. Good evening to you. Good evening to Ed. You can hear and see us. Fabulous. Ed, have we all remembered to hit the thumbs up button? If you haven't yet, please do hit that thumbs up button. Check your subscription as well. Make sure you are in fact subscribed, as it says here, and then dong your bell so that YouTube notifies you every time we go live. So just click that all button.
That's it. And we shouldn't have a problem with, like I say, hearing us and all of that, because we're just using the
Yeti mic again. Yeah. Hello to Michelle. Karen says you love making your own egg fried rice. You pack it out with veggies too. That's what we did yesterday, wasn't it? It was like an egg fried rice with chicken. Yeah. Really tasty.
Even the doggos had egg fried rice yesterday. Their own.
They did. We had some rice left over from the day before. So the one thing I would say about the korma, on the video you'll see we had to add 1.5. I haven't got any earrings in. I feel naked. I will fix that. We had to add 1.5 times the amount of the spices in it because otherwise it would have been very bland. Yeah. But with that amount of spice, it was delicious. Really, really good. So that does bring us on to the food that we've had this week. We have uploaded on the page, haven't we? I've uploaded the videos of everything we've eaten. So we did have the Moroccan and beetroot burger one day because that's our standard, isn't it? That's we can't be bothered doing a big long recipe. We'll just have something quick. We've had
stir fry.
We had yesterday. We had baked potato. No, day before yesterday. We had baked potatoes with the korma on top again for the second day in a row.
I enjoyed it just the same.
It was really nice, wasn't it? So again, a whole week of eating 100% on plan. 100% on plan. Good evening, Byron, the vegan loser. Byron is joining us. We are with YouTube royalty now.
We are.
I know. We doff our cap to thee. We bow in your. I shall curtsy at you.
Yeah.
But so if you don't know, this wee person just down, I can never work out which side everything is. This person just here, Byron the vegan loser. I've known Byron for many years in real life. And Byron has started a YouTube channel. Yeah. And Byron is amazing at it. Honestly, so natural. He's got the cutest cat in the world. Now, you know me, I don't mind cats. I'm more of a dog person because I've been called a bitch many a time. So that I think that's why I'm a dog person. Sometimes I got called an old dog, but I must say, Byron's pussy is a very cute pussy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Matron. But no, and also it's got the perfect name. She's got the perfect name. She's called Craddock, named after Fanny. So Fanny Craddock, the silver-haired pussy.
Yeah.
Is absolutely beautiful. She's a ragdoll cat, and not that she's the star of your channel at all, is she? But everyone comments on the comments. Byron has started a YouTube channel about 4 weeks ago, and it's got like, I think. Do you think it's on the gold play button yet? I think 1 million subscribers. It's got to be near that, doesn't it? They've gone, boom, they've exploded.
I don't know whether, like I said, there's a difference of all the people that are doing Slimming World and are vegan.
There is, because there ain't no YouTubers.
Oh no.
There's no. Well, there is now.
Is that-
Byron, the vegan YouTuber.
Yeah. Is it?
The vegan loser, yeah. Byron is a vegan.
But yeah.
It says it right there in the title.
know.
So Byron says, "Hi everyone, Lisa and Rufus. I love the losers vibe and what it stands for. We are all about being the losers. I don't mind being a loser because what did we say that Nick Berry used to sing?
Every loser
Every
wins.
loser wins." And on this channel, we believe it very, very, very firmly. You're curtsying back. Yay. Dormouse, hi everyone. Hi to Dormouse. Hello, Hazel Morgan. Hello to you, my darling. Edge just subscribed to Channels Byron.
Byron's channel. Yeah.
My brain is not... The big thing this week, in all honesty, my brain has not been working, has it? I have had...
No.
Has it been every day, or has it been nearly every day where I've had a crash?
Yeah,
blackout.
nearly every day.
So
Nearly
yeah,
every day.
this narcolepsy thing can do one. I'm bored of it already.
know, innit?
It's so boring. It's making me want to sleep. I was that bored, you see. That's exactly what happened. Anyway, so yeah, all of the food we've had this week has been absolutely on plan. And I think we've enjoyed it all, haven't we? I think we've enjoyed it all. So I forgot to put our little notes up there. One thing I will say we tried this week.
What's that?
In the Slimmer of the Week basket last week, there was a couple of those, what were they, mango and passion fruit hi-fi bars.
Oh.
Now,
Yeah,
as you all know, being the very, very much drunk the Kool-Aid members of the cult of Slimming World that we are,
We like to test their products.
I
out
do
and
like to
things.
test their products, even though we don't get the hi-fi bars because I'm diabetic. It's too much sugar for me. But because they were in the Slimmer of the Week basket and there were just 2 bars, I thought, do you know what?
Just
We'll
test
try
out
it.
and just
We'll have a
see.
little try. We'll have a little taste test. Oh my,
Did you say
delicious.
fake? Just flavouring, like just.
Do you know what it reminded me
Overpowering,
of?
is
Do
it?
you know what it actually reminded me of? You know, in Poundland, you know the Monster energy drinks that aren't
Oh, yeah.
Monster. You know the what are they called?
The really-
Fury City or
The
Furosity.
cheaper versions.
The
of
cheap
things. Yeah.
flavoured energy drinks that are flavoured
Yeah,
with fruit
just-
flavourings that
yeah.
have got never seen a fruit in its
Artificial-
life.
Yeah.
That's what it tasted like to me. And everyone at our group is raving about them. They're like, oh my God, they're so delicious. No, not for me. Not for me.
I said, I think.
Not for me at all, unfortunately.
I
I'm
think-
going to put some earrings on.
I
You
said,
talk.
I think though the hi-fi bars, they're all right if you like that sort of thing and you go to a group. But also, I think, like I say, even if you go to Iceland, you can buy them in Iceland, can't you? And a lot
can do, yeah.
of them.
You can do.
I don't know about the new ones that are out, but I think, like I say, is it the fruit and nut ones? They're okay.
Yeah,
the
they
ones
used to
you
be
can
nice.
get.
They were gluten-free as well.
And I wouldn't go for the millionaire shortbready type ones because those were like just, were they salty caramel? Were they salty caramel? I think.
The ones I used to like were the
Just too
purple
much
packet,
sugar.
because, you know, purple. But the purple
Yeah.
packet ones, which were
Were
the
they
fruit and nut,
Yeah,
and they
were
were
right, weren't they?
gluten-free.
Yeah.
And the peanut ones that tasted a bit like a Tracker bar.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Yeah.
Before, obviously, with the diabetes now. I mean...
But the rest of them, nah.
No, just on this week, I know it's slightly different talking about the food, but I wouldn't have been able to do this before. Look at that. Are you impressed? I can get my foot up. I'm wearing moon boots.
Was it not easier just to take the boot off?
No,
Really?
no, look, I can get my leg up. It's good, isn't it? Aren't you impressed? I'm impressed. Didn't think I'd be able to do that. I thought halfway through, I thought, oh, this is a bad idea. I'm going to end up on the floor.
I know, and I wondered what you were doing. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
So I have got to wear for the next 2 weeks. I've got to wear moon boots.
you didn't wear them at weigh-in, so it
I
was all right.
refused at weigh-in. Vanity took over. I was like, no, I can't do that. I had to go to the diabetic clinic, and because I've got a poorly toe, and once again I've got an infection.
Antibiotics.
So once again I'm on super strong antibiotics, and this time I'm on the moon boots. I'm on the orthopedic shoes.
And what did they say? Have you tried some of our lovely new shoes?
And I said, no, thank you. And they went,
Not
no,
for me.
we really insist. And I went, no, thank you. And they said, no, honestly, Lisa, you need to wear them. You really need to wear them. And I was like,
And as you can imagine,
and then
I'm not going to wear those.
I don't know what you mean. I was very accommodating. I was very much, thank you, of course I will wear them all the time, even when I'm asleep.
She had a
they're so
meltdown
fashionable.
first, obviously.
I did.
know.
I looked at them and went,
Nope.
oh my God.
Nope.
But do you know what? Do you know what humbled me instantly? Somebody went past in a wheelchair with their leg taken off just below the knee.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Okay, I'll wear it.
who am I? Who am I? I've got both legs. I've got both feet.
Yeah, I will wear them.
I'm wearing them. And if that's what I've got to do, that's what I'm getting emotional.
I said, but
If that's what I've
mostly
got to
it's,
do. That's what I've got to do.
It's
So
to stop you, because you can't
stop
feel
the-
the end of your toes, and you
It's to
stop
stop
you
the
banging
dog
your toes,
scratching me on the
and
feet
also
and
stop
everything.
banging your toes on anything.
it is.
Yeah.
So when they say, well, they went to do my bloods.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, Lisa, your blood results, your HA1BC is absolutely perfect now. It's 7. It's perfect. And I said, thank you. I've been working very hard on not eating anything that isn't remotely on plan, including the hi-fi bars.
Yeah. I said even things like having too much sugars or like fruits
bananas,
and
grapes,
and stuff like that.
really
Yeah,
low on all
really
of that
high.
now.
So stuff that's too high in sugar, we stay away from.
Yeah. Karen Fraser says they're dreadful, the hi-fi bars.
Yeah.
You like the peanut ones, though.
Yeah.
The peanut ones were
Yeah.
nice. I like those. Hazel likes the fruit and nut ones, 45p more in Iceland. They are, but it's not too bad. It's about the same price as the
I
Alpen
used to
Lights,
just
that
like
sort of bar.
all of the ones that have got too much sugar in, so that I'm glad I don't eat them now.
Tunnock's tea cakes, they were nice, weren't they? We don't even eat anything like that anymore. I can't remember. They were fairly low in sin, weren't they? And do you know what? Do you know what we found in the drawer? And then we had to give them to the neighbour's kids. We found the rainbow drops, didn't we?
The
rainbow drops, the ones
but
with
they
the
were like, I think they
low
were
sins.
I think they were like 5.5 sins or so, nearly 6 sins a packet.
Yeah.
They were like, what are they, 30 something grams, I think. But they're just like rice and just like with a ton of sugar on the outside. So
they're like, you know, when you used to get a package, and nowadays it's all like the cardboard that's been shredded. Whereas you used to get the package and they had those little.
I know we could
kernel
have
things.
used them as packing peanuts.
You could have done. That's what they were like. The packing
rainbow
peanuts.
packing peanuts,
Dipped in a bit of colour,
I
with
know.
a bit of sweetener on it.
Yeah,
You could just eat that. The ones we get from a witch casket that are just made of what is it?
The ones that like made with like a cornstarch.
What's it? Starch.
Like
Yeah, that one. You could just get them. Dip them in a bit of colour.
They just dissolve.
Free on plan.
Dissolve in water.
So then, Rufus, you've got a topic of the week. And I'm not, honestly, listen, there's no spoilers with this topic of the week at all. Honestly, it's got nothing to do with what happened this week. But your topic of the week is, how do we cope with it when we get on the scales and it isn't the result we were expecting?
Yeah.
So over to you, my darling. I'm going to shut up and drink coffee now. Go on then.
So, let's say you may well have had an amazing, really good week, you know, as far as you're aware, and think, you know, maybe you've lost, I don't know, a couple of pounds or so that week, and you've been like all of your other weeks where you've just been, you know, carrying on and doing really well, and then all of a sudden something happens and you don't lose that weight that week, and you're like, you know, what did I do wrong this week then, or what happened? And I think, like I say, sometimes it can be disheartening, but I think that's where, like most times, if we've ever done anything like that in the past, we have to sort of like do, is it an SAS log they do? Is it the, where you have to kind of look back and see all of the things that you've been eating and try and track where you went wrong? Because I think, like I say, you can have all our, looking at all the meals and things we've eaten and look at them and think, oh, well, they all look super healthy and that. But sometimes, even for me, you can overeat free food. And as much as like Slimming World say, oh, it's all free food, it's unlimited, I don't think any of it's unlimited. It's all down to calories in versus calories out. But even down to like eating some of the fruit that's obviously more free food than speed food. Even things like that. So it's, like I say, it's not always the easiest of journeys, Slimming World. Some people, it's a bit of a, sometimes you might go on a slightly faster route and other times not so. But, it's just, it can be, I think it can be a bit disheartening.
Well, we say at group, don't we, that some people are on the motorway and some people are on the scenic route.
Yeah, that's it.
And, I'm one of those slimmers that is, I'm not just on the scenic route, I'm stopping off at every little tourist attraction on the way.
Isn't it? It's frustrating for you, isn't it?
When you're like going down to London or something, or going wherever you are in the world, and you're on a journey, it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours, and you always see those signs, don't you? And they're like, oh, so-and-so castle, this way, 2 miles, and so-and-so owl sanctuary. That was one we saw on the motorway, wasn't it? And, oh, donkey sanctuary, and, oh, so-and-so farm. And you're like, oh, your journey, you go, I'm not stopping for a pee. I'm not stopping for a poo break. I'm not stopping for any food. I've topped up the car full of petrol. I've got spare petrol in the back. I've got a jug if I need a piss. I am just not stopping until I get to 5 hours away.
Yeah.
And you just get in the car and you go.
Yeah.
Whereas if I was doing that driving, I would be like, oh, I just need a wee. I just pull into the surfaces, have a little wee. Oh, there's a fruit machine. I'll put a couple of quid in the fruit machine, have a look in W.H. Smith's, see if there's anything I like. Oh, nothing in there. Have a Costa, get back to the car, put my coffee down, start driving. Then I'll go, oh, I need some fuel. I'll stop off at the next one, top up my petrol. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's an interesting castle. Oh, it's only a couple of miles. It won't take me that long. I'll go and have a look at that. Oh, that's really nice. Look, click, 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 pictures. Stop for another wee, have a little Costa, back in the car, off we go. And that's our journey, isn't it?
It is.
But even with that being said, we both, and this is a slight spoiler for what's coming up, but we both sat in the car and we said to each other, as we normally do, what do you think you've lost this week? And we both said, not too much, maybe £1.50. I said maybe 2. You were like maybe 2.5, and neither of us got what we were expecting on the scales.
No,
and so how, if somebody's doing this and they haven't got the support from a group, or that maybe they have, but it's living in their head rent free. It's just there. What did I do wrong? Where did it go wrong?
I said, if you look back in the past, I said you would just like be so angry and sort of upset that, obviously before there was underlying health issues and stuff like that going on with you. But I think sometimes it is really frustrating, and you just feel like throwing your dummy out the pram and just going, oh, sod it, I'm just going to eat what the hell I like, and, just go off plan. But, long term, obviously that's not a great idea, because obviously it's much harder to lose the weight than it is, to put the weight on. So
what's your advice for someone that's been on plan or been calorie counting or weight watching, or they've had their Manjaro or Ozempic or whatever it is? They've done everything that they needed to do this week to get a weight loss. They've gone to their club, support, scales at home, whatever it is. They've got on the scales and it doesn't reflect what they've done. What would you do?
Do you remember, though, what you said this week?
I do, but what would you do? What would your advice be?
To, just because things didn't go to plan, this week on, when you got weighed in, that it's 1 week out of 52 weeks of a year. So, like, say, if for any reason the scale went up slightly or you maintained that week, that it's just, like literally 1 week. Like, say, the next week you could take that off and more, So I think to just persevere, because partly, I think for me it's like mind over matter, because I think if I know what I'm putting in my body and I know that it's very clean food, very healthy, very, low sugar and everything, and I know I'm doing the right thing by eating all the things I'm eating. So for me, just for 1 week, I mean, it could be down to like Slimming World is all about, we focus on, did we have a poo yet? Did we do this yet? Do I feel really bloated? How many cups of tea or coffee I had before I got weighed in, or things like that. And none of us should really have to focus on all of that stuff, but we do tend to do it.
Yeah.
And I just think that, as long as you are, eating the right things and following the plan, the weight will drop. It will happen. Like I say, you had some underlying health issues and stuff that was affecting your weight losses, and it was very frustrating for you. But once they figured out what was going on and corrected that, like I say, there's many people that have like underlying health issues. It's not just diabetes. There's lots of things that can cause it.
What I would say is, I used to get very angry at the plan.
Yeah.
And I would say, it's not working. Slimming World is not working for me. And there was a couple of times, that was the main reason we left the last group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's because the consultant would always say, there must be something you're doing wrong. And I would always say, this is not working for me. I am done with this stupid plan. I'm not doing it. And we went and we left Slimming World. We tried intermittent fasting. We kind of do that at the moment, don't we? We tried, what was it? What's it called where you just eat meat? The carnivore diet. It used to be Atkins, but all of that, we tried that, didn't we? We tried
Keto.
Calorie counting. Yeah, keto, that was it. We tried lots of things.
Yeah.
And it failed at all of them. And the only thing that's ever worked for us is this particular plan. So what I do now, if I get angry, I'm not angry at the plan, because I know that works. I get kind of angry, or the frustration is with my body, because it's just me that it's doing it to. It's just something is happening in my body. And as soon as I realise there's nothing I can do about that. I'm going to the doctors, I'm getting checked for this, that and the other. I'm doing everything in my power right now. I'm putting the good food options, optimising food in, the good choices I'm making. I'm doing everything I should. If I don't get the result this week, it will come next week, or the week after, or the week after that. And that's just what I've got to do, isn't it? And it is disheartening. It really is disheartening. So then, that does bring us neatly to our next little section, which is our weigh-in results. It is time for us all to weigh in. So everybody, if you have had a weigh-in this week, if you have weighed in, whether you are doing Weight Watchers, whether you are doing injections, whether you are doing calorie counting, whatever you are doing, or if you're following Slimming World, Jane Plan, all of those diet plans, the shakes, whatever it is, and I don't mean, I mean the, what's it called, Slim Fast and those sorts of things. Put your weight in. Yes, no, don't put your weight in. Put your weigh-in results into the chat this week, because it is weigh-in time.
I don't mind people knowing what I weigh now.
No, so we weighed in, and it wasn't the results we expected, was it?
It wasn't this week.
It wasn't. You weighed in before I did. So last week you gained ½ pound.
But the thing is, like for us, occasionally, if I weigh in first, and if any reason that I possibly didn't get quite the result that I was expecting, sometimes you're like, oh, that's not good then.
Because historically, if Ruffus does really well, I've got a chance at doing reasonably well. If Ruffus doesn't do really well, the results normally go against me, because generally speaking, your body processes the food that we have
I think so,
a bit quicker,
better,
and we eat the same food largely.
Yeah.
So you weighed in.
I weighed in.
In the chat before in the car, you were like, "Oh, I might have lost a couple. I don't feel like I've lost any, but I might have done."
I don't feel any different. Yeah, but often that's the case, that you do feel a bit more bloated, or you don't feel slimmer. And often when you go in and you feel lighter in yourself, often it's because you either maintained or you might have added some weight. But But yeah, I got, like I say, got weighed in and jumped on the scales, and I only lost half a pound this week.
But you lost half a pound,
Yeah.
so you get the clap.
But
Well done to Ruffus.
But then, when I reflect back on what I did this week, I think the reason that happened after I spoke to the consultant at group, and I think our last Slimming World session was a taster session, and we took in some fruit. We took in loads of grapes. I think there was, what did we do? Grapes. We did mango, and some berries and stuff, some raspberries and stuff as well. So we did like some platters, did we? We took that in, and we still had like mangoes and stuff at home.
And we had the mangoes for the korma as well.
We did, and that. But obviously we had to sin that as part of our dinner, the mango in there. But we still had melon during the week, but we also, I think, on that Tuesday, after weighing, I'd eaten bananas. So I'd eaten some banana in my
High
fruit
sugar
bowl.
fruit.
I also had, I think, 2 days or so I'd eaten mango, so put half a mango on top of my fruit bowl, so on top of my melon. And normally I just stick to all of the speed fruit mostly. I normally only ever have berries and like the watermelon or honeydew. And just I have that all week, and that's it. As part of my, like when in the evening time when I have my yogurt and stuff. So I think that's where my result came from. I think just from eating more free food rather than just sticking to the speed fruit and stuff in the evening time. So yeah, that was me anyway.
Well, before I tell you mine, let's have a look in the chat because I can see lots of you are posting where you are this week. Hang on a second. Come on, back up. There we go. So we have... Oh, Dormouse says, you couldn't see what you'd done wrong last week. So frustrating. Grumpy this week had wanted definitely unslimming world choices. Challenging, but you've stuck to it. Well, I think that deserves a clap. That absolutely deserves a clap. Well done for sticking to it. Karen Fraser, you maintained again. I know that's frustrating, but it's a maintain. At least it's not going up. Maybe have a look at some of the options you're having. If you're doing the plan with a group, did your consultant offer you a food diary or an SAS plan? Food diaries for me work. SAS plans don't, because I'm not an emotional eater anymore. So it doesn't matter like what I'm feeling when I'm eating my bowl of fruit. I'm eating a bowl of fruit. But for some people, an SAS log can really help.
I said sometimes as well, if you if you do go to a group and you actually ever filled in your diaries for the first 4 weeks, I've still got mine, and obviously after we've handed them in, had them checked and that, and got them back, I always keep mine. And if I ever want to refer back and go, look back and maybe just do a fabulous first week and see, and just try to have all the things I had on my first 4 weeks and pick a week and just stick to that. And just,
the only thing I would say about that is that we used to eat a lot more food than we do now.
Oh, we do, yeah, we used to.
Now we're 9 months in, our food
bonkers.
Portions have naturally come down.
Yeah, I think they have, haven't they?
So you could find yourself eating far more food. At the beginning, back in October, when you were 6 stone heavier, you would have finished last night's dinner.
Our bowls, like I say, if we've had like our plates and stuff and our bowl size,
we've
food
downsized.
has shrunk. Yeah. Definitely shrunk.
Yeah. Dormouse, you lost 3.5 pounds. Wow.
Blimey.
That's awesome.
Blimey.
Massive clap for Dormouse. That's a huge amount. Well done, you. Absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Karen says amazing.
That's a big loss.
Exactly. Well done on the maintain. I know it is frustrating, Karen, but it shows you're not going up. Now this. Now then. We need to talk about this one. Byron.
Blimey.
How did you manage this? I may or may not have already watched your video this week. So
how did you manage that?
Oh, hang on, let me just make this a wee bit bigger. Why is it not doing what I need it to do? Byron, not only everybody did this happen in at Byron's weigh-in, but also, hang on, if I do that again, but also, this was with this came with another award. So Byron was also Slimmer of the Week. That one. And Slimmer of the Month. And Byron also got his One Stone Award in 4 weeks.
Blimey.
In his 4th week.
But I said,
That is
but I said
awesome.
all in all, I said, but what about like the week before you obviously went and got weighed? In that week, did you say that you know, it wasn't down as obviously getting weighed in from Slimming World, but you'd had a bit of a loss before you even started?
Yeah.
As well.
For some reason, it's not letting me make this any bigger on the screen. So we're losing. Oh no, it's because here we go. Look. Oh, sorry everyone, bear with. So yeah, Byron had an amazing week. So Byron, just for you, my darling, I do also have this here. Oh, hang on, where are we? I did have it. Hold on. Let's move that out of the way.
I wonder if people think though that you know, that you have any better losses, like say when people have fasted during the day, because like I say, some people, whether it be like during the day like us where we fast, some people, you know, do that at a different time of the day and only eat on the earlier part of the day and then don't eat of the night time. But when did they ask in our group this week, didn't they? Do other people fast or any, you know, or whether people eat 3 set meals at certain times every day. And we're like, well, because I would always binge and eat like a lot of food of late of an evening, that's why I fast during the day when I'm most busy.
Byron gets our One Stone Award as well for Byron. Yeah.
But yeah, because I like I say, I fast during the day and then eat. That's why I eat most of my food later in the evening, because that would always be the time when I would just eat things I shouldn't be eating.
It was your trigger point, wasn't it?
So that's why I do that. But like I say, someone at our group said, oh, you know, I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to eat at certain times so that my food's spaced out properly during the day, so that they're 3 set meals. And I'm like, you know, that's all right. But I feel really, if I eat during the day, I feel really sluggish, like, and sort of like really full, and I kind of like the feeling of feeling lighter during the day and then eating when I'm sort of at resting point during the day, when it's sort of late evening. I don't know what other people think, whether they feel like, you know, they've had any better losses. And like I say, personally, I don't think it, as long as you're eating what you're eating and you're eating the right food on plan and you're not obviously overeating, then I think, you know, it does just as well whether you eat food daytime, nighttime, or whenever you eat your dinner.
Yeah. Michelle maintained, which you're happy with considering the circumstances, could very easily have gained as you were so stressed out. Absolutely, my darling. Now listen, I know that for a lot of people, maintains can be, again, quite difficult, but again, I think you absolutely deserve getting the clap this week. That is, honestly, when we've gone through really tough times and emotional times, we've really struggled. So easy, I especially have really, really struggled. So well done for managing to come in with a maintain. I know it for some people, maintains, like with Karen, can be really frustrating. But in those circumstances, Michelle, I think you've done remarkably well to stay on track the way that you did. So well done to you, my darling. Well done. Ed says you tend to have your breakfast, then you won't feel hungry till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That's good. I like this comment as well from Byron. Someone in your comment said, stop buying crap and you'll stop eating crap. Simple advice. But surprise, surprise, you've not had any Skittles or Pringles this week. Thing is, it's simple advice, but sometimes you need someone to sort of recognise that. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes that advice on and of its own, you do need someone to sort of say, well, actually, do you know what? it is simple. It is simple advice, but sometimes the simple advice we can't see the wood for the trees when we're going through it. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it is difficult to recognise that we're in a pattern that might not be working. We used to eat all sorts of crap within our 15 sins.
That's it.
We did little platters and bags of 15
it was
sins
like,
snack
oh
bags.
well, I'll make up these little goodie bags. Just like we'll put them in a drawer or in the kitchen cupboard, and it will be like, well, we've got those, so we can have all of our 15 sins. So it's not you can have between 5 and 15. No, I can have all of them because they said I can have 15, and it's like, yeah, you don't need to. If you don't feel that you need them all, you don't have to use them all. But it was a fact of because of binge eating, it's like, well, I can have all of it, so I'm going to have it.
Yeah, and we did. Yeah. And this time round, we aren't doing that.
No.
And 30 odd weeks in, I can't remember how many weeks it is. You know, between us, we've lost over 10 stone. So then, everyone says they're chuffed for Byron. Planning and prepping's been the lifesaver, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Dormouse, you've now trained yourself to eat a late breakfast around 10, 11 a.m. And then dinner around 6 or 7. That's good. That's good. Again, don't feel that you've got to eat 3 meals a day.
Oh, no.
Because that's like we only eat 2 meals a day, really, don't we? Well, yeah, 2
we
meals
just have
a
a big evening meal and
a big supper.
Say we have a pot of yogurt and I have my fruit bowl in the evening time, and then if I want a couple of snacks, little snacks if I fancy anything.
Anyway, it's already 7:15, so we don't have to worry about what I weighed in at. So we just skip on to the next bit, which is... All right, so I did... Before I got on the scales, I was in the car and I said, I think I might have done 2 pounds. And I was feeling pretty okay. And all week on plan, again, the highest, one day I had 13 sins. The rest of it is all under 9. I think 8.5 was my highest in the week. Not going over anything. No added sugar in anything. My sins were used for my crisps and my options hot chocolate that I mix in with my yogurt. And even a couple of days I didn't even have that. I just used my skinny syrup sauce that I use for my coffee in my yogurt. Because I was like, I want to save me hot chocolate because it's £5 a blooming pot now. Ridiculous. Luckily though, Laura and Kath sent us some, didn't they? That they found in their local Lidl.
I know we're probably running out now.
I've run out now.
Oh no!
I've got like that much left. I know.
So but if anyone sees any on like discount or bargain prices,
message me.
Anything that's like below £4 a pot.
Yeah, below £4, message me.
Because most shops are £5, but I think sometimes we do see it for £4, but
or £3.50 occasionally. If I see it for £3.50, I'm going to buy 10.
I don't really use it, but you love it.
I love it. I love it. But anyway, I did weigh in.
Yeah.
And I also, I've got the buttons in my hand. I also got on the scales.
And
I gained £0.5 pound, and I thought I was okay with it, and then I sat down, and for a little while my brain was like, oh, well, what have I done? It would have thrown me had I not been in this new mindset, because what I would have done and what I started to do was go through and analyse every single day. Well, on Tuesday, it was the taster, so we had that. And then Wednesday, I didn't overeat that. I didn't overeat that day. I didn't do that. What did I do? I wonder if there's anything. And I literally started to go back and try and find where I messed up. And the thing is, I didn't mess up, because we are now so into this lifestyle that
this is just what we do.
This is what we do. And the only difference this week, I mean, you had more mango in your fruit bowls than I did.
I did this week,
And the only thing that I had was a couple of extra squares of mango,
I think,
in my fruit bowl.
The Tuesday evening after we got weighed, so I said we'd had a few. We tried a few things at the taster, and then Tuesday evening, we had extra banana. So that's the only night that I had any banana, and you had some on your fruit bowl as well. So I think we'd had like some type of melon, and then some mango, and some other fruit on top, and the banana on top. So
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only
So
day.
when the consultant who is covering, because our main consultant's left, she left early, we've got a new one that's coming into the role in July, so we've got the regional manager covering. When she said, Lisa, she went, how do you feel about that? And I was like, annoyed, gutted, blah blah blah. And then she went to say, do you think there's anything? And I was like, no, I was 100% on plan. And absolutely, we've done this for so many years now that I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I was on plan. But this is just the way my gastro problems are presenting themselves. And at the moment, I, again, have been bunged this week. And that is what is causing it. And I know that. I know that it's
to be bloated as well.
Yeah, I know that that's going to be the issue. I said I was coming in expecting a £2 loss. I'm still expecting a £2 loss because I've eaten super on plan. I said it's just whatever's happening with my body is out of my control. I have controlled and eaten everything on plan in such a way that I don't feel like I'm starving. I don't feel like I'm on a diet. I've eaten when I wanted. If I wanted to eat something, I've had some crab sticks, or I've had something, a piece of fruit, or whatever it is that I've fancied. If I needed something during the day until dinner time, which sometimes I do, I've had my coffees throughout the day, so I don't feel hard done by, because I use the salted caramel syrups, and that always makes me feel like I'm having a naughty treat, even though it's zero sins. So I've done absolutely everything I possibly can, and it isn't what I've put in here, it's just what's going on with my body. And so because of that, there's nothing I can do. I am not going to beat myself up. I said I'm still on plan. I was on plan all week. I'll be on plan this week coming. I don't need an SAS plan. I don't need a food diary. I said we film everything that we eat during the day and put our videos up. I said it just happens that this week something internally means I've not had a loss. I mean, I may well get that next week. This happened 2 weeks ago, and last week I lost 5. So
I said, but like I say,
what it is.
Most people are not like using a bottle. Is it one bottle of lactulose a week? Is it one bottle? Did it last you 1 week? 1 week,
or... yeah, and that's something that isn't right. So again, it's something we are looking into. But you know, it's going to be one of those things, and this is another one of those weeks where I cannot let the result on the scales dictate how I feel, because previously I would say, bloody Slimming World, it's not working, screw that, I'm off, blah blah blah. And I'm not going to do that. This is too important to me. I don't want to lose my foot. I don't want to lose my eyesight. So sticking on this plan is the only thing that's ever done anything for me. I am 4 stone down. I'm now in my red alert zone. My red alert zone, because I am at 4 stone and half a pound. The award still isn't on my cupboard. It isn't on my cupboard because I don't want to be in a position where I have to take it down when I go under 4 stone. So even though I deserved a loss, I didn't get one, and I might not get one next week. All I can control is what goes in here. So until I'm at 4 stone 2.5, I still won't put that on my cupboard, because it's just that mental thing of, and I said to her, I said, I can't, in all honesty, in all comfort, I can't celebrate my 4 stone award, because the minute it goes up, until I'm past that comfort zone, and I don't want to be in a position to have to kind of give it back. I said, because once I go out of under 4 stone again, and I'm like 3 stone 12 or whatever, I don't get another award. I don't get that recognition. So I'm not going to put it up until I'm in that comfort zone, out of that danger zone for me. And it's just the way the awards work for me. So it really makes no difference to what we're eating this week. It makes no difference to the choices we're making, because we're making the Super Slimming World choices. I will say, did I have the video? Do you want me to show the regeneration video? Right, I've got a video. Let me find it. Thank you. Oh, before I do that, thank you to the comments, everybody. Melinda, you always see I post our dinner plates but wonder what you eat throughout the day. Nothing. I might
don't eat
eat
during the day.
occasionally a banana, or sometimes you
don't.
get those apple pots, don't you, from the supermarket? The little pots with the apple sliced up in and a couple of grapes.
sometimes.
Sometimes you'll pick those up from Olio or
Yeah.
somewhere, and you might just go, "Oh, I'm a bit peckish. I'll have some apple
I'll say
slices."
maybe once a week, maybe
Yeah,
I'll do
maybe.
that, but I don't do that very often at all.
No, so we just don't. We just don't feel hungry anymore because, again, I think our stomachs have shrunk. Well, yesterday's dinner shows that.
I don't
really
get
does.
I don't get hungry anyway. Where some people get hungry and then feel a bit sick if they don't eat.
Fibro does play a part, absolutely. Yeah, when it flares, you don't know what to expect. Well, this is the thing with Ruffus as well, because health-wise, they're starting to investigate you for fibro, because again, you're ticking all those boxes as well.
I say I've had problems since I think I was about 33, and I'm 51 now. So
no, 33. That's like 2 years ago for you.
yeah,
isn't it?
I know,
2
right?
years
Yeah,
now.
2 years ago.
You wish. Well done, Lisa, on having that attitude. That's real progress. Give yourself the clap. Go on then. Go on then.
What? Yeah, I know, right?
That information is not on file.
No, it's not on file. There you go. Press it now.
It's not on file. Nah.
Yeah, I'll have a little clap. I'll have a little clap. Because it is a mind shift. It really is a mind shift. I have done nothing wrong. And all it is my body is doing some weird gymnastics of its own. That's all it's doing. And it will come good next week. I'm not worrying about it. No, we're in this for life
going.
now.
That's it. We just keep going.
Yeah, we're in this for life. This is not a diet plan.
No,
this is how we eat.
It's life.
And I genuinely don't miss anything. We were talking about, it's my birthday next week, and we were talking about what we're going to do and how we're going to celebrate. We didn't go out for yours, so we might go out for like hours together next week, go to Harvest or something. Yeah. But the one thing that we're actually looking at doing is getting a little pot of ice cream, right? It's like a little Ben & Jerry's size pot.
Nice.
And it's 300 calories for the pot.
It's 299 calories. So if you have half, it's like 7.5 sins.
Yeah,
each,
so it's 7.5 sins if we have half a pot each. And we're talking about, because we've got the Ninja Creamy, we're going to get one of those, slightly let it defrost a tiny bit.
Just so that we can
add in some coffee flavour, like a bit of coffee. Refree, put it back in the Ninja and get it all swished up, and have a coffee chocolate, a mocha flavoured ice cream. That to me sounds like more heavenly than any.
You wanted a chocolate cake, did you?
Yeah,
a chocolate cake,
a coffee cake. But that sounds more heavenly than any gâteau, any birthday cake, any meal out that you can imagine. It really, really, really. I'm salivating now. That sounds to me absolutely amazing.
It's not like you'd want to put nuts on it, did you? They used when you used to have the coffee cake, you used to have nuts and
walnuts on it. I don't like walnuts; they give me heartburn anyway, so I don't miss that. Angela says, "Well done, maintainer. Well done, losers. Well done, maintainers. Yep, thank you. That's how you think about your awards as well. You want to be comfortably past a milestone, then go phew. Yeah,
that's it."
Michelle, you feel for me. So unfair when you've been good. It will come through, though. You have to think long term. You have a great attitude. It's just life, isn't it? It's just life. It will come. You've been stepping up to 8 hours. Oh, sleeping. I thought you said stepping. I was like, how are you managing that? Sleeping up to 18 hours a day due to your new prescription. So you've actually lost £3. Oh my God, Melinda. Hang on. That's awesome. Wow. That is awesome. I know it's not great. No. You don't like sleeping that much, but your doctor said your body should adjust in about a month. With a lot of medication, it does take about a month or so for it to get into your system. So that is absolutely true. Absolutely 100%. You do get the clap, Melinda. Well done for that. Melinda's my second cousin, 4 times removed.
I'm jealous. I wish I could
back.
Sleep as well. Somebody do.
I know you don't sleep at all.
I don't sleep properly, no.
So then, with all of that said about our weigh-ins, it's time for Choosey. I know, right? Hopefully you all like this part. We love doing Choosey. So hopefully you actually like this as much as we do. But it is time for Choosey. Yes. There you go. We're back on screen. Let's just pretend the Choosey music played. Choosey, 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 Choosey. Right then, Rufus. I don't know
Choosey.
why that didn't play. It seems to have got lost. Anywho, time for Choosey. So, let's go over to YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Here we go. I've got a button up here. So,
Bearing in mind, I have not voted.
have you not?
No.
I did vote.
Did you?
I did
have
vote.
not voted.
I did vote this week. Let's go onto our channel page. And I will bring up the post section. I meant to have this before I came up. And, oh, you won it. 68% to 32.
Chicken. Okay, that's
with
really cool.
28 votes. So, Rufus,
That's
you
cool.
are making sweet and sour chicken this week.
And to be honest,
With
I say,
no mango.
but we haven't.
No mango.
No.
No mango.
No.
No mango.
No.
No.
Why would I put mango in it?
I don't know. It's sweet. Might be sweet.
But I said we haven't had a sweet and sour because, like I say, you staying away from tomato and all of that stuff. We haven't had a sweet and sour in years.
So, certainly not since we've been back on plan, have we?
Maybe a couple of years
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah, probably.
And originally, the sweet and sour that we would have done would have had some diet pop in it. Whereas I think this one, it doesn't have diet pop or anything in this one.
So this is from the
So, yeah.
50 Golden Greats
Yeah.
book, which is quite an older book.
But yeah, there
and
you
it's
go.
the sweet and sour chicken. So you'll see a recipe for this coming up this week. I will edit the chicken and mango korma.
Yeah.
That will be up
out.
probably tomorrow. And then you'll have this one next week and you'll have all our feedback about what
But
it
yeah,
was
like I say, the original sweet and sour in the past that we would have done would have had, I think, Diet Coke in it. I believe it had
So
Diet
what makes
Coke
it
in it.
sweet? There's no fruit in it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to look at that later.
Yeah.
Right, we've changed Choosey this week a little bit because we were talking, weren't we? And we said that we always choose dinners. So we wanted to choose something different. So we were like, do we choose snacks? What do we choose? And there is, in a lot of the Slimming World books, they've got dessert sections, haven't they?
But there's not many that have
There's
got
not
that many
many,
desserts.
and there's not many that are relatively low added sugar, bearing in mind the free fruit thing, because grapes and all of that are quite high. So there's not many that kind of come in within the sort of Venn diagram of what we're comfortable eating and what Slimming World are comfortable eating. But you said we do actually have, technically, there's two books.
With
One is the
desserts.
Christmas book,
Yep.
which has a lot of added sugary type ingredients in
Yeah.
it. And the other one is the Love Desserts book. So we decided...
I don't think, though, believe it or not, I don't think we've done not one thing out of this book.
We have never done a dessert.
No.
We don't really do desserts. So this week we are both choosing from the only dessert book that we have from Slimming World. I thought they did another one, but I can't see any reference to it. So maybe it was
We'll have to have a look online.
it might
and
have
see,
been
but
a Pinch of Nom
it could have been.
book
Could have been.
that
could have been.
I don't know whether Laura and oh my God, Laura and Kath on over
might
at
have been.
over at Back to Basics. I don't know whether they've, because that's another really good
might have
Slimming World
done,
channel.
yeah.
Totally recommend theirs. I don't know whether they've had a dessert book in the past. I've definitely
Maybe.
seen
Maybe.
a dessert book with a different cover in the Slimming World YouTube space. So I don't
But I said-
remember what it was, but this is the only one we've
But
got.
also, like I say, I don't know if, like other people, when you think of desserts, you think of, you know, things that are going to be really high sins. For like, usually there are obviously a lot more sins involved in the sweet ones than there are in the main meals.
Yeah, I've
So-
just oh, hang on.
The other
Oh,
one.
oh,
Then you look at the other one.
well,
Well,
Oh.
you get to pick.
Oh, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Right, so Choosey then.
Yeah.
I'm choosing it. I'm going to change my one. I'm not choosing that one.
No,
I am choosing
that one.
from the Just Desserts book. I am choosing tiramisu. I didn't see that. There's another one in here for espresso
Yes,
jellies.
Coffee jelly.
coffee jellies,
Yeah.
which we might have to do another
Coffee
time.
jelly.
Oh my God.
I said there's coffee jellies with raspberries in it.
No. I just thought. Oh my God. Can you just see the cogs whirring? Can you see the thought process just
we
happen?
could see that happening. You was having a good time there.
Barbara, who is one of our members at our Slimming World group, she's
Yeah.
lovely, Barbara. She makes Haribo sweets
She does.
with some jelly, a packet like sugar-free jelly and
does.
some gelatin and something else. What about doing espresso coffee Haribo sweets?
Could do, yeah. Yeah.
And without putting the raspberries and stuff in it, and just doing coffee-flavoured jelly type fruity jelly sweets with
You
coffee.
could do. Could do.
Oh, please, can we have that for my birthday, please? That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I just had that thought. Anyway, back to Choosey this week. I got all excited over a Slimming World.
Could you see how
Sugar-free
excited you were
Haribo
getting?
sweet. Can you see? Like, this is how much we're on plan now. The idea of like having a coffee flavoured sweet that I can have a little nibble of. Oh my God. Anyway, this is tiramisu, which is another coffee flavoured sweet. And this says it is 3 sins per serving. It serves 6. So we got plenty for a few
2
days.
tablespoons of brandy.
Oh, hello.
Oh, look. 6 chocolate-coated coffee beans.
Yes. And
Cocoa
there's-
powder. We've got like
it has
dark
got
cocoa. We've got
it has got eggs and quark in it.
400 grams of quark.
Oh, hang on. It's got sponge fingers.
Yes, it has, yeah. I can't remember what they're called. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know.
Oh, bugger. I
What?
can't have that because of the gluten. I'll be poorly.
And the sugar in the sponge fingers.
Yeah, right. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Now I know, you have to bear with me. I can't have that because of the, I forgot. Why has
All the
tiramisu
sugar.
got, no, not the sugar,
And the quark. And
the sponge fingers. Why has it got sponge fingers in it?
they've got, like,
Gluten.
they've got also a sugar coating on their sponge fingers, haven't they? So
I don't care about that. But the gluten will make me poorly. I don't want that. So then, now we're using the espresso jellies for sweets. I'm going to what would have been option 2. So thank you, Michelle. I didn't realise tiramisu has.
yeah.
Is
there's-
tiramisu like a trifly thing then?
Yes.
I didn't
but
know
with
that.
coffee flavour in it, yeah.
I thought it was just like a, I don't know what, I thought like a moussey thing. So anyway, we're going to go with cappuccino pots. Cappuccino pots. Again, can you see?
Coffee.
Can you see coffee?
Chocolate
Can you
and coffee. Chocolate and coffee. In a mousse.
Can you see? Not that I'm predictable at all. This
I know, right?
is, anyone who loves coffee
Get your coffee fix here.
will enjoy this melt in the mouth mousse with a hint of chocolate.
Isn't it?
A fab finale to any dinner party or birthday celebration.
Yes.
It looks great served in small espresso cups. No,
Yeah.
we'll just put it in a bowl. It's 3 sins per serving, ready in 15 minutes, but then you need 2 hours for it to set.
Yeah.
And it's got in it powdered gelatin, half-fat creme fraiche, fat-free natural fromage frais. So we'll have to swap all that out for soy
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah.
1 tablespoon of coffee and chicory essence. That's camp.
Yeah.
I know. Not camp as in, but camp as in that horrible fake coffee flavour stuff. I might have to just make our own coffee
They do
flavour.
look nice though, the mousses, don't they?
And 2 large egg whites and 15 grams of dark chocolate. So we'll have to get the green and black dark chocolate. So
Yeah.
this will be,
That'd be
my choosy option. Finally, the coffee pots. Now we're going to make
They do look nice though.
what would have
don't
been
they?
my first. This is an excuse for more coffee and munching coffee beans. I don't need an
Yes,
excuse,
yes,
Dormouse.
exactly.
So anyway, this
I
one
agree.
here is now Lisa's choice, and then you've got I can't remember which your one was. Was that your one there?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, or was it that one? No, that one.
No, it was that one.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought you'd pick something else. Anyway, Rufus's choice is.
My choice is baked apples. So yeah, spiced baked apples.
Oh, I do like a spice. I do like a baked apple.
Yeah.
Has
I'll
it got
say-
cinnamon in it?
Yes, and there is also, it says for the stuffing, quark.
Right, read that bit. Oh, and quark.
So sweet, sticky and satisfying. This easy to prepare dessert is wonderfully spicy thanks to the mincemeat filling. But there is a little bit of mincemeat in it. But in the past, we would have bought the jars of mincemeat. Is it Meridian or something it was called?
Yeah.
Mincemeat. And that is no sugar or low sugar?
Very low sugar.
Very low sugar
very low
mincemeat.
sugar.
So I don't know whether we might buy one of those. I don't know.
We've got them
says-
on Amazon.
But it says each serving is 4 sins, but that's obviously mostly because of
You're cooking your apple.
you're cooking the apple and because of the mincemeat.
So is that like? Do you reckon that is gonna? What's the flavours in it? What's the spiced bit?
It says you've
Orange
got grated
peel.
orange, some cinnamon.
Oh,
The cinnamon is just to dust. So that's it, just the apple. So the sins really are your apple and your mincemeat.
4 sins for the apple one. It says serves 4,
Yeah,
but that's because you
yeah.
use 4 apples. But if
Yeah,
you just use 2
yeah.
apples, it will serve 2.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Actually,
Yeah.
it almost sounds like this is going to sound really weird, like pumpkin spice type thing.
Yeah. It does look nice.
I am a sucker for pumpkin spice. It's one of the skinny syrups that I always have in stock.
But also that they've
Always.
sliced it straight across round the middle, and then obviously
Filled it
took
with
the
quark
core
and
out,
filling.
and then
That just looked really
Yeah.
nice. Oh,
But I said, and also if we would
no,
have
I
had,
want coffee.
but if we would have had baked apples before, we wouldn't have probably put quark in them.
No, never.
People normally just put like demerara sugar and
The
some
spices
like
on top.
and maybe a little bit of mincemeat or something people put in, don't they? But you
Yeah.
don't. I wouldn't have thought you would normally put quark in it, but you know,
Okay then, so your
something
choices,
different, is it? Then
your choices for Choosey this week are
The
Rufus's spiced baked apples.
Yeah.
Now, don't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if Rufus won this because I don't really fancy cooking at all, really, to be honest. But it's fine. Spiced baked apples, they do sound really nice, and it does sound. I also like what's it called? Mulled wine. Yeah, mulled wine.
Well, I said if we end,
this almost sounds
but
Christmassy.
if we end up doing your one, I shall help you.
Okay.
So,
So
if you need help with
spiced
it.
baked apples is Rufus's
Yeah.
Choosey choice, and my one was eventually I settled on the cappuccino pots
They do look nice though.
of
These
the
ones
3
as well.
different coffee. The 3 different coffee desserts
Out
in
of
the book.
Yes.
I eventually chose the coffee pots. So yay. And they've got look, they've even got dark chocolate pentacles on them. Look at that. There, look at that. Look at that. Dark chocolate
They
pentagrams.
do look good.
Stars. So
But yeah.
that does sound delicious. So those are going to be your Choosey options. Michelle's saying do both. It's all down to what everybody votes for. I will put the details on screen. I'll put the details on the page, on the YouTube channel, on the community page. I will put them up as soon as we finish here and I get the photos done.
If whichever one gets picked, we will obviously do first,
We'll
and
make
then,
it and film it and do it.
and if it ends up being the chocolate, the cappuccino one, then we can still do the baked one afterwards or whatever.
At
because-
another time,
yeah.
maybe. Yeah,
But I said
maybe.
it should. I say I think it's a fairly safe choice. Even like I say the apple one. Like I say, and get some cooked apples.
The
some
coffee one is a
baked
safe
apples.
choice as long as were they 3 sins each? I could have both. I can have 2 of them,
You could do if
or
you
4
wanted
sins
to.
each. I could have 2 of them. Oh,
You could. Yeah.
I am literally my mouth is.
You
but
could have 2 of
also
them one
delicious.
day and 2 the next.
We could. No,
I
you've got to have one.
I would test it, but I'm not really. Mind it might be all right. Like
Might
I
be
say,
really nice.
yeah.
We'll have
I
to
like
see what they're like.
I like coffee, but yeah.
So Ed managed to get a sleep in when Annie Pup woke you up at 5 a.m. for a pee. Oh gosh, I know, right?
Look.
It is a bit like having a
baby,
child.
a
Yeah, need to be let out.
Yeah.
Although the only thing is, you don't really let your toddler
Little
outside the
baby.
front door, do you? Go on, you go for a wee
Go,
out there.
go squat outside. Go on.
Thank you for saying about the gluten. I would not.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a tiramisu. That's probably why, because it's got cake in it or whatever it is, sponge fingers.
But yeah, you have in the past, but obviously not a super healthy one. That's for sure.
I do agree with that entirely. Have I?
Yes.
Have we?
Yeah.
What, from Harvest or somewhere? I must have
No,
done.
probably from a shop or somewhere, supermarket maybe.
I don't remember, but
Yeah,
that's my brain.
yeah.
My brain. We all know Dormouse is voting for as a coffee addict. I know, right? You share my.
Was it the apple one? Was it 4 sins? Was it?
The apple one was 4 sins each, I believe.
Yeah. Is it here?
The last one.
Yep. Yes, 4 sins for the apple one. But I think
does sound nice,
But I
though.
do think, like I say, obviously the sins are because you're doing the baked apple and because of the mincemeat. But this would probably 2 level tablespoons of mincemeat. But I think it would be 2 level tablespoons of full fat mincemeat. So if you buy, like I say, it could be a little bit less sins if you use the
Meridian one.
which is
Ooh.
virtually there's
Sin-free.
very, like I said, a tiny little bit of sugar in it.
We'll have to have a look. We'll if that one, if the spiced baked apple wins, we'll break it down for the sins on the sin calculator. We'll take the recipe apart and use the meridian, because it could well be that that's only going to be 1 or 2 sins.
And I don't know
just for the
where
apple.
anywhere else that you can buy the meridian mincemeat, but you can buy it on Amazon
and from some health food shops.
Yeah.
And from some health food shops.
Yeah.
They did. Yes, they used to leave babies out the front door in their pram because they would make too much noise. So you just leave them out the front door and the neighbours would watch.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, different generation back then.
People just leave their baby out on the doorstep and go back in and watch telly.
Well, no, you'd go back in and do your housework.
Yeah, just leave it
and
outside.
Make your tea for your family.
They might get burnt sitting out there getting roasted outside in the sun.
No, they'd
Unless
be
it's winter or it's snowing.
It would be in one of those old perambulators, the old-fashioned prams with the cover that came up. And the thing is, back in the olden days, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, you would look out for each other's kids.
I know, right? You could just leave your front door open.
How many times, you're 51, so this would have been you left out on your doorstep. How many times when you were a young nipper running around...
I could have been kidnapped.
Baby napped. But when you were a youngster
look at me.
When you were a youngster running around, if you were being naughty and one of your neighbours saw you, would they say to you, "Don't do that," or would they say, "I'll tell your mum, I'll tell your dad"?
No,
I know where you live.
I was an angel.
You were a little angel, yeah. So was I. I never had that threat. Is me horn showing? Are me horns? Me spiky tail, is that coming out of the back? Yeah. So anyway, that is Choosey. So what is your goal this week, Rufus? Your Slimming World goal and your non-Slimming World goal. First of all, can you remember what your goal was last week?
My main goal will be to try not to be on autopilot and to try and concentrate on making sure that I get the result I want next week. So I've aimed this week coming that I want £3 off because of this week and only losing half. It wasn't what I was expecting, and I want to do better this week. So
what's your total weight loss now?
I am back at 6 stone 1.
Amazing.
So this week, to get the result that I do want, I am probably going to have no more than 10 sins a day.
Okay.
And I am going to just stick to the fruit and stuff. Like I say, fruit is usually my... If I've eaten too much free food and stuff, basically to watch the amounts that go on my dinner plate. And even if it's down to like, I can have this great big baked potato or I can have a medium-sized one, then I will just like make it so that it's not overfilled, not too much on the plate.
Okay.
And also my fruit, I'm just going to have speed fruit this week. So hopefully I will have a better week. So yeah.
Okay. My goal at group is, and on the app, I've set my weight loss goal at 2.5 pounds. Because that will put me at 4 stone 3, which is comfortably in my comfort zone, headed more towards 4.5 than it is 3 stone something.
You'll be able to put your ward up.
So I will then be able to put my ward up. Yeah. So currently I have lost 56.5 pounds. And I have, what do I have to go? I still have... hang on, so 56. I now have 61.5 pounds. No, 62 pounds to get to my target. So I'm slipping further and further back. So my goal this week is 2.5. So I'm comfortably in that zone. And my non-weight loss goal, I think, is going to be... Oh, I don't know. Last week's goal I didn't achieve, which was to sort this room out. I think I'm going to use that again as my goal, because I really want to get bits sorted in this room to make it more easy for both of us to use the space when we're doing the live streams, but also to make it easier for me to manage everything else that I'm trying to do with the earrings and the stuff that I do for the witchesroad.co.uk, and also for the other channel, the witchy channel, the tarot channel. So I think I'm going to try and get on with that this week. I don't know whether that's going to be putting up the new desk, but I definitely think that that's something I want to do. But also a little goal is I want to actually enjoy my birthday, because historically I don't, do I?
No,
historically
you don't like your
a bit of a
birthday.
sad time with you know, having very, very limited family around me. But this year I have a wider family around me, which I know my friends, my moderators on the other channel, many of you as well, I consider part of my extended family. So I want to enjoy the birthday this year and actually not have it feel like a sad moment. And also we might take the doggos out on my birthday just for shits and giggles. Depends on the weather. That's been the worst thing this week. We had so many plans. We were going to take the dogs to the puppy farm. Not the puppy farm, the dog park. Puppy farm? That's a whole other thing. It's because it's on a farm.
I know, right?
We were going to take them to the dog park this week, and it's rained and been horrible, and it just would have been mud. And we would have been stomping around in mud, which I'm not allowed to do in my moon boots. So we need it to be dry this week. We need it to be dry this week, so that we can go to the dog park, not the puppy farm. To the dog park.
And not the doggy park
on
either.
my birthday.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you love apples. I love apples as well. I think my love of apples started watching Snow White as a child. You know that scene where the old lady gives the child that lovely red shiny apple. I think then I was like, oh, I love a red apple. Yeah, from that lovely friendly old lady. And she says, oh, hello, pretty young girl. I like you so much. I will give you an apple. Never take food from strangers. And on that note, we will see you very soon. So then, as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic. And Go on.
And happy Choosey.
Happy Tuesday. But whatever you are doing this week, do join us next week at 6:30 here on Beyond Authentic Health, where we are going to be joining you all. No, that didn't make any sense. Hopefully you're going to join us next week here on the Losers Club from Beyond Authentic Health. That's what I was trying to say. And as Slimmer World says, we hope you see less of us next week. I really hope they see less of us next week. £5.5 less
we
of us.
will
That's
shrink.
what we want. We are. We will be the incredibly shrinking couple.
We will.
Is that? Yeah. Like in a 1950s horror film.
Exactly.
Yes. Or Honey,
And we shall see a lot less of you all next week.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. That's what we want to do, isn't it? Yeah. The new film, now that Rick Moranis has retired. But anyway, we will see you very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and happy slimming. See you next week, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Is the closing theme ready? Of course it's not, Lisa.
It is not.
But there we go. See you all. Bye.